2 in NFL Primetime. Big statements trying to be made everywhere. McNabb finds love in the arms of T.O. twice. Brady's bunch can't stop the Panthers from getting super revenge. Culpepper's struggles continue. 5 picks while the Bengals are the soaring offense here. Manning a mere mortal. Tough day for Peyton against the Jags down to the wire. Pennington and the JETS Jets looking for a lift against the surprising Dolphins. And big trouble early for Michael Vick in Seattle. All that and more on NFL Primetime.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time. And now, here's your host, Chris Berman.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Week 2 of NFL Primetime. As always, with Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Well, okay, so after 1 week, there's 16-1-0 team. Hard to get to 2.
That's right. And if you get to 2-0, you've taken a giant step toward getting to the playoffs. If you go 0-2, you've taken a giant step back and lessened your chances of getting to the playoffs.
And we should say to everybody out there, you know you're at the ballparks today. You watched all the games. You're going to see a special thing Monday night. NFL Hurricane Relief Weekend is underway, and a great job by everybody who might have contributed at the parks today. Pledge line 1-888-635-5944. Website www.bushclintonkatrinafund.org. Doesn't have to be donating money. It could be donating. Just pay attention to how you can help. And, of course, what's happened to the Bayou on everybody's minds. All right, on to Week 2 in the National Football League. Okay, the Bengals. You know that wait a minute now. These are different Cincinnati Bengals. The Minnesota Vikings spread smooth on defense, talking with Chad Johnson. They had some words before the game that was more friendly, but not after this. First minute of the game, Carson Palmer, Chad Johnson, 70-yard touchdown. Wait a minute, Tom. The Bengals mean business again. Later in the first, you say Houshmandzadeh.
I say Houshmandzadeh.
That's Palmer to TJ Houshmandzadeh. 14-0 Cincinnati in the first. Now 17-0. What? The screen pass to Michael Bennett. It's a fumble. His second fumble in the game. Recovered Cincinnati. Field goal Cincinnati. Can it be 20-0? It would get worse for Mike Types. Palmer. And this is what we call a Schobel pass. Matt Schobel. Touchdown. 27-0. Tom, I believe you live in Cincinnati.
Absolutely, my hometown. You just watch the comfort level of Carson Palmer, and then watch Dante Culpepper trying to stick throws into cover 2. The corner dropped off. The safety came over. Either guy could have eventually gotten the football.
That was Delta O'Neal, and this is Kevin Case, the horn. And, Culpepper just... Oh, that one tipped. There's 3. Bengals has 4 INTs, but no, there would be more at 34-0. Culpepper picked off 3 times last week. Is going to be picked off 5 times today. 3 by Delta O'Neal, 7 Viking turnovers, 37-8 Cincinnati for Marvin Lewis with 64 points in 2 weeks. They crushed Minnesota 37-8. At halftime, they had 337 yards en route to 504 yards on this day. So the 2 ways to look at this. A, Cincinnati's offense. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Mm-hmm. Second, look, 2 games again. But Dante Culpepper looks like a fish out of water, doesn't he? It just looks off. 8 picks.
Absolutely. He looks lost at the quarterback position. I think a lot of it has to do with the offensive line, the replacement of Matt Burke, the center, a rookie right guard playing, but include Randy Moss in that formula. The fact that he is not able to stretch the field vertically. Imagine yourself, if you will, in the red zone constantly, trying to stick throws into an area 30 yards deep. The defense starts to play closer to the line. They're not running the ball real well. All the pressure is on Dante to make plays, and you get the feeling he's almost trying to learn the game all over again.
Well, it looks like an offense different than the personnel they now have.
Right.
And it's hard to do that, to change in midstream. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals. How about the plan? You go back 2 years, Marvin Lewis, okay? Carson Palmer, your number 1 pick, you're going to sit.
That's right.
You're going to watch Kitten play, you're going to learn, you're going to start in year 2, year 3, hello.
Yeah, you go back to last year, those games at the end of the year that he played against New England, that he played against Baltimore, you saw him get comfortable at the quarterback position. Chad Johnson, TJ Houshmandzadeh, now some third guys, Kevin Walter and company coming along as the 3rd and 4th guys. All of a sudden they have great balance. Rudy Johnson, offensive line is solid. They are for real. I don't care who they got their 2 wins against. This team is for real.
The Cincinnati Bengals are 2-0. And the Minnesota Vikings are bad-looking 0-2. We're not even to fall yet. That happens in the middle of this week. When we return, question about could Donovan McNabb play after the Monday night injury? No questions anymore. We'll hear from McNabb. Lions, Bears, oh my. Bears home opener, a fun one in Choctaw.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Great tasting, less filling. Miller, good call. And in part by Chevy, the new Chevrolets, an American Revolution. Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
It's a rivalry that dates back to the grand old days of the American Football League. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Oakland Raiders. Our Sunday night football game with highlights. Stuart Scott. Stu?
Randy Moss's first home debut with the Raiders' first quarter, scoreless fourth. If you want the Lord, call Priest. Priest Holmes, 12th all-time, tied with Jerome Bettis with 82 rushing touchdowns. Second quarter, Raiders punting down 17-10. Dante Hall returning. Play of please. Almost goes down, stays on his feet, takes it all the way to the house. 83 yards. Coming in, he had 9 career returns for a touchdown. That looks like his 10th. It also looked like he went down, but look, he does not go down. He rolls over the defender, but it is also not his 10th. A penalty nullifies the return, no touchdown. Third quarter, Oakland still down 17-10. They call him Freak. They can call him Freak Nasty. I ain't gonna say nothing, Leeds, but that ain't right. Randy Moss, 64-yard touchdown, 127 yards receiving, 42nd career 100-yard receiving game. Fourth quarter, 23-17 Chiefs. Trent Green to Sammy Parker. Charles Woodson knocks the ball loose in the tackle. Raiders get the ball. Under 2 minutes to go. Next Raider drive, 4th and 6 from the 10. Jump ball, Jerry Porter back of the end zone. Chiefs have won 5 in a row against Oakland, but all by 7 points or less. They won it 23-17. And Sunday Night Football continues next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, when the Chargers, in desperate need of a win, host Eli Manning and the Giants. Coverage gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with NFL Primetime. Speaking of which, let's kick it back to Boone.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. Joey Harrington and the Lions in Chicago for the Bears home opener. Harrington taking a long look at the Bears, didn't like what he saw. And the Bears fans love this. Bobby Wade. No wading in the water here. He could go all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, 17-6 Bears. Second quarter. Harrington looking for Roy Williams. Nathan Vasher with the interception, and they got fouled up here.
Yeah, miscommunication between quarterback, wide receiver. Rip Williams on the inside, ball thrown on the outside.
Some words on the sideline. Now the rookie Kyle Orton throwing well to Muhsin Muhammad. 28-yard touchdown, 24-6 the Bears.
And look at the confidence with which Horton threw that ball and the lack of confidence with which that ball was thrown.
And look at this. It's Mike Brown. Boy, did the Bears miss him last year. He's always making plays like this. 41-yard touchdown, 31-6 Bears. Brown and the crowd celebrates. 4th and 1. Why not go for it? There's why not. Harrington and Kevin Jones collide. Mooch. Long day for Steve Mariucci in Chicago at 1-1 with the win over the Lions. Win the tiebreaker. If the playoffs were to start today, the Bears would be the champs for the NFC North. Of course, I'm only having fun. But the Bears win 38-6. Rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, punt return touchdown, interception touchdown. You get the picture.
Yeah, and a little too much pressure on Joey Harrington. They're having to throw 37 times. You get the 5 INTs. And Orton, look at him, only 21 throws, 14 completions, but very careful with the football.
The Bears have allowed just 15 points in 2 games, Tom. Pretty impressive. They're only 1-1 to show for it. Meanwhile, 2 teams that won on opening week with impressive defenses, the Bills and the Bucs. And the Bills won in those throwback jerseys. They're going to wear them again, those 65 AFL championship jerseys. John Gruden has never won his home opener as a Bucs coach. But with special teams plays like this, maybe that would change today. Jerron Bolden down to Josh Bidwell, punt at the 1. And you know with a good defense, it's going to set up 3rd and long. J.P. Lawson, first road start for this rookie QB. Forget about it. 2-run homer by Rocco Baldelli. and Tampa's up 2-0.
Yeah, JP will learn. You see his foot arrowed right there, stepped out of the back of the end zone, automatic safety, and obviously the Buccaneers aware of that rule.
Actually, Shelton Quarles, Jermaine Phillips with the hit there. Meanwhile, they often call him Speedo, but his real name is Mr. Earl. Carnell Cadillac Williams, 23 yards. Boy, his second impressive game for the rookie. And then we've been waiting for it. Mike Goodhead with Allstott. He's been injured with the pinch nerve. And boy, even on those 1-yard blasts and the blocking, he makes a big difference. Then, Cadillac, beep, beep, 19 yards. First down, Bucks. Later in the drive, 3rd and goal. Cadillac puts up the high beams right here. Look at this. Bang! Into the end zone. Tom keeps churning.
Well, he's hit right here about the 3-yard line. He just powers past people and powers over the Bills. Pretty good defense into the end zone.
So the Bills going to Tampa, the new sombrero, the Yucatan liquor stand. I mean, you name it, not good. The Bucks beat the Bills 19-3, and so Tampa is 2-0 for the first time since 2000 when Tony Dungy was the head coach. They hold the ball for 39 minutes, and defensively, Tampa, look, the Bills had only 8 first downs. And I know the rookie quarterback, essentially rookie quarterback, they're not a juggernaut offense yet, but they didn't turn it over. So my point is they kept stopping him on downs, and then they have a back who could be special, Tom.
Well, I think he's going to be special. He's unique in the sense that he has great speed and he also has great power. And he is running as effectively as any back in the league right now. We'll take a look at Cadillac Williams. The first play here, you see him in the tailback position. That's going to be Allstott making the block at the line of scrimmage. You see the huge hole he gets right there. But once he is hit at the 43-yard line, he's going to get 13 more yards as he runs through another 3 or 4 Buffalo Bills. Again, the same thing. At the 22-yard line, he's going to be hit. Now he's going to bounce it outside. He's going to turn on the jets, use his speed, get an additional 30 yards. 276 yards in his first 2 games. That is 5th best all time by a rookie back in his first 2 starts.
Very, very impressive. And the Bucks, hey, like the old Bucks we remember, defense.
Defense, run the ball.
The Bills' defense played all right as well. But they're going to have some growing pains with Lossman at quarterback.
Yeah, John Gruden's certainly making use of this new Cadillac that he has.
Yes, I would think that the white walls.
That's right. They're looking good.
They're looking very, very good. When we return on NFL Prime Time, the Patriots and Panthers and a stellar Super Bowl 2 years ago. Did it go well for Brady and company? And Brett Favre, an emotional day for the Packers. Reggie White's numbers retired. Could they turn into a win over Cleveland?
The Fantasy Ticker, brought to you by Chevy, the new Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Pittsburgh Steelers impressive last week, this time at Houston for the Texans home opener. Ben Roethlisberger has not lost a regular season start against David Carr, who got to know all about the Steeler defense in a hurry. Clark Higgins knocks the ball out. Joey Porter from the backside recovers. Pittsburgh ball. Ensuing drive, Roethlisberger in the shadow, now in the sun. Now pump, whoa, yeah, to Hines Ward between 3 defenders, 16 yards, 10-0 Pittsburgh. Opening play, second quarter, 1st and goal. Big Ben to Ward, nice catch, 17-0 Steelers. Route on because Pittsburgh defense bringing the heat.
Yeah, they're going to control the football game, and let's take a look at Troy Polamalu. Bottom of the screen on the slot, comes off, knocks the ball down. 2 plays later, Polamalu, take a slow motion look at this one, comes with the heavy pressure. Quarterback can't deliver the football. Later on, same drive, going to spot shadow him again. This time they move him inside. Over the tackle, he kind of spins back, comes on what's a delay blitz, puts Carr down again for another sack. 3 sacks on the day, 8 sacks total for the Steelers defense, Boom.
All right, Tommy, it's 20-7 in the 3rd quarter, and you saw Willie Parker last week, the speed back for Pittsburgh, with Staley and Bettis shelved, and so whoop, and then bang. That's a whole different dimension for them. 27-7, and then Phillip Buchanan missed, and he's gone. 111, Parker, who pens his way for the touchdown. 16 regular season straight wins for the Pittsburgh Steelers. ties them for the second best string with a couple of the Miami teams, early 70s and in the 80s. And then New England, of course, with 18 in a row a couple of years ago. So Pittsburgh on mark, fittingly. They play New England next week in Pittsburgh. We showed you with the 8 sacks. Pittsburgh, very impressive twice. The Ravens at the Titans. Bowler knocked out last week, Anthony Wright, and the Ravens looking to rebound against a team they used to have a fierce rivalry with in the division, Jamal Lewis. Look, Tennessee gave up 200 yards rushing last week to Pittsburgh. Not today. There's a loss of 3. Lewis, there's a loss of 2. And then it got worse when Jamal Lewis hits a fumble. Kyle Vanden Bosch recovers for Tennessee. They ran for 13 times for 14 yards. Lewis 10 carries for 9. Meanwhile, Baltimore passing, forget.
Well, Anthony Wright gets back right there. He falls down here. He's working out of the shotgun. He just doesn't have the time. That comes from the front side. And here again, you watch him come away from center, and he just simply trips over. Probably got stepped on by the center. Couldn't get out of the way. Right there again, the ball is out of the shotgun. Surprises him. Fortunately, they recover it and maintain possession.
That big rush a couple plays ago, Keith Bullock. And then this is Brad, keeper of the castle. He's going to return at 21 yards. Tennessee. Jeff Fisher's got the youngest team in football. They made 5 changes on the defense. You know Jeff enjoyed this win over Baltimore. 25-10 and 6 sacks, 2 turnovers. The new kicker, Rob "My" Baronis, had 3 field goals for Tennessee. And Baltimore out of the gate.
And what kind of success can the Ravens have if Lewis runs for 9 yards on 10 carries?
Not much. When we return, the Jags and Colts both 1-0. The Jags always seem to get Peyton Manning fit. Today was no exception. The Panthers almost beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Could they win in Charlotte? Well, 2 years ago, the Super Bowl could not have been better at Houston when Adam Vinatieri kicked the field goal. The Patriots beat the Panthers 32-29. This time, Carolina, despite the opening week loss, they've been looking at the schedule, saying New England's coming to town. Would things be finer in Carolina? So here we go. From Charlotte, Tom Brady, Patriots in town. Big game week 1 off the injury last year, Steve Smith, Carolina. Ricky Manning. And it gets a little confusion here, and then Troy Brown
Band of renown.
And the veteran Troy Brown could go almost all the way. 71 yards down to the 1. Daniel Graham catches a touchdown from Brady. Manning not happy. And the Patriots in control. Neither quarterback excelled here. Jake Delhomme excelled here, though, to Ricky Prohl. Shampoos his way between 3 Patriots down to the 1. That's a 41-yard reception. And then on the next play, Stephen Davis. Did he bang his way in? They call it a touchdown. They go out and kick the extra point. But see, Tom, take a look from this angle. I don't know.
I think it's questionable, but for some reason they decided not to review the play. Patriots didn't ask for a challenge. Once the next play went off, it was done.
7-7 second quarter. And watch the play by Will Witherspoon with the pick on Brady, and the Panthers converted into a field goal. That late second, Chris Gamble gets the punt. And look at him down the sidelines. What makes the turn on Josh Miller? Ben Watson trying to chase him, and it finally runs him down, but it's a 76-yard return, setting up another Davis match. 17-7 Panthers. Davis. Short run. Rodney Harrison, we had a feature this morning on Countdown, and he went to referee school. Do you think he'd flag himself?
He called his penalty on himself.
He'd have to.
Pulling Stephen Davis's helmet off. Cost him a first down, personal foul, first down.
So then, yep, daylight come, but oh no, you don't want to go home here. Mike Vrabel, touchdown against the Panthers in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, does it again. The pick of 24 yards, and all of a sudden New England ended down by 20-17. 3 guys rushing here, Tom. Remember, Jenkins out.
Yeah, and this is a 3-man rush, and you see Mike Rucker there, blow by Matt Light, balls out, Julius Peppers picks it up, and there you've got the Panthers in scoring position again.
Actually, Light at least followed Peppers and flagged them down, but Davis scores a touchdown. Now Brady to Ben Watson, fighting, fumbling. Dan Morgan, he's always around the ball. And And Tom Brady and the Patriots with a rare loss. Only their 5th loss the last 40 games, but it's the Panthers that even their mark as well as New England's at 27-17. 3 touchdowns by Davis. First time a running back set 3 touchdowns against the Pats since Curtis Martin in 2000. And, you know, Carolina was stunned last week by the Saints, which remains one of the great stories of this or any other year, what they did. Defensively, Carolina against New England. What do they do to give the Patriots such problems?
I thought they were able to put pressure on Tom Brady. Now, they only sacked him twice, but they got the heavy pressure on him a number of times. They landed some licks on him, and I think they basically made him uncomfortable. You start adding to that the lack of a running game by the New England Patriots, 16 for 39. You're putting all the pressure on Tom Brady to make plays, and it's just not going to happen the way it does when Corey Dillon really is going with that offensive line.
Yeah, except for late in the game against Oakland. They haven't run well. They had 12 penalties today, New England. Not good. And again, the special teams cost them.
Yes, again.
2 games in a row. Wasn't going to be a happy plane flight back, and they're at Pittsburgh next week. Well, one matchup that last year proved troublesome for the Colts in the AFC South, Jacksonville at Indy. Would it be troublesome again? It's our prime cut tonight as we go with the home opener for Indy at the Big Horseshoe. One of the 2 matchups today, which would be 1-0 against 1-0. Jacksonville brings a tough D, and Tony Dungy's got a defense, and you know he's got an offense, okay? And the Ravens kept them to 3 in the first half last week before they opened it up. But keep in mind, though, hard to keep this team down. But Mike Peterson, one-time Colt, makes the pick of Peyton Manning on a 3rd and 9 in the opening series of the game. A great catch here, Tom.
Yeah, right there. You know, you don't know exactly where Peyton was throwing the football, but certainly Peterson laid out, made a great catch with his hands.
Now look, it's not often, Tom, that we fast forward to the 4th quarter of a Colts game, but it's 3-0. The Colts have not scored. And look at this. Manning fakes it, the direct snap to Edgerrin James. It's a 5-yard run. Then Reggie Wayne makes the catch. Big John Henderson makes the tackle, hurt on the play, and so he has to come out of the next play. And interesting, Peyton checked off as he always does, and they run right where Henderson isn't. Carthon ran for a touchdown, 7-3.
Yeah, you said it. How smart is Peyton Manning? He knows John Henderson's not in the game. He changes the play. He runs the ball exactly where John Henderson would have lined up, gets the positive yardage, and finally gets the touchdown.
And so the Colts, you just don't ever see them in games like this. It's 7-3. The Jags with 6 minutes to go inside their own 10. And very scary right here. Raheem Brock, Monte Rieger, sandwich. Oh, Byron Leftwich. If you saw the leg, he's got to be hurt. You know he is. We've seen this many times. Oh, Tom. And so that was 3rd down. So he came out. Garrard warmed up. Colts had the ball. And Leftwich going to be, you figure you're not going to see him again. Then there's a field goal, which Jacksonville held him too deep. It's 10-3. Leftwich in, it's a fumble, but Maurice Williams falls on the ball, and so the Jags keep it. 3rd and 18. Leftwich fires to Jimmy Smith, despite getting nailed by Freeney.
Yeah, Dwight Freeney off the spin or with the outside speed move, puts the pressure on the quarterback again.
And Leftwich has done this almost John Wayne-like. 20 seconds to Ernest Wilford. He's going to limp up just to spike it. Doink. None of this. They have no timeouts during this whole drive. And so now the last play, they got seconds left. Leftwich going to fire it. But Bob Sanders, good look at safety for the Colts, breaks it up. Nick Harper on the Jack Del Rio wants a flag. Not going to get it there. And, boy, Jacksonville played tough again. But the Indianapolis Colts are the team that goes to 2-0. They beat Jacksonville 10-3, despite the fact that Peyton Manning, 13 of 28. Kudos to Jimmy Smith, by the way, for coming the 12th to go over 800 catches. The Colts get the win.
Yeah, the Colts get the win, and I think when you look at this team, the difference is that they are now playing the kind of defense that they know they have needed to play to be absolutely the kind of team that can get to the Super Bowl and win championships.
And case in point, Tom, because inside the numbers, this is amazing. Only 5 times in Peyton's career of 100 whatever starts has he thrown for less than 50% in a game. This is the first time, 46% today, that his defense was good enough when he was off to have the win. And so very, very impressive. And look, The Colts defense, you saw examples of it. Jacksonville's not a juggernaut.
That's right.
But you're seeing where they can be a little authoritative up front, and that changes everything.
Well, you said the word up front. When you start talking about outstanding defense, especially in the case of a coach like Tony Dungy, you're talking about what he's going to build, and it's going to go from the front back. Let's take a look. Extra point tonight is going to be the Colts defense, and especially at the line of scrimmage. That's Dwight Freeney and Monte Rieger right there. You're going to see the double team drawn by Freeney. Rieger's going to come free and get the benefit of that pressure in the form of a sack right there. Again, Dwight Freeney going to demand the attention. Monte Rieger, the guard who has a chance to pick up Rieger, is going to move on out. Actually, all three of them go out to Dwight Freeney. Monte Rieger again comes inside. This time it's going to be Monte Rieger going inside, getting the double team. The back releases. Dwight Freeney comes off the spin move, which I think he's the best in the league at it right now, and makes the pop on the quarterback right there. You see him really get into the face of the quarterback. So I think that, they're playing very solid at the line of scrimmage. They're going to get Corey Simon at some point. They have young people who are really playing well right now. So, I think they have the makings, and this will build confidence in them. They have the makings to be an outstanding defense. Imagine the Colts, top 10 defense, along with Peyton Manning in that offense.
Well, there's finally a unit that can be authoritative, at least.
That's right.
And you pass rush, oh my God, we get great defensive backs.
Yeah.
Amazing how
they knew this was going to be a very physical game, Boom.
Yes, and kudos to Jacksonville and Leftwich again.
It's tough as they come.
He is tough, but the Colts are the 2-0 team. When we return on NFL Primetime, some late games. The loser between two good teams, San Diego and Denver, would be 0-2. They went to the wire in Denver, and Michael Vick off a big Monday night win. Could it go up to Seattle and do it again?
Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. With Visa, you're protected.
Kurt Warner against his old coach Mike Martz. They won a Super Bowl together, got to another one. Warner in the Arizona Heat. It's a fumble! And down 7-3, jumps on the fumble. Next play, Jimmy Kennedy brings him down, and Arizona squanders a big opportunity. It's only a field goal, 7-6. Later in the game, Mark Bolger, a throw to Isaac Bruce. It's a 23-yard gain. Bruce passes one of my favorites, Don Maynard, for 12th place on the all-time receiving yardage list. Next up, Michael Irvin, our buddy. Steven Jackson, touchdown. Third quarter, Rams lead 17-9. Take another look. Antro roll goes out. Jackson in.
Yeah, he's going to go outside, but what a nice cut. You see Jackson get the shoulder square, get toward the end zone, and he is a beast when he's running downhill.
Under a minute to go. It's 17-12. Kurt Warner to Larry Fitzgerald. 20-yard gain. Tick, 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 tick. Warner to Anquan Bolden. That's a big catch. 27 yards. And now first and goal for Arizona at the 5. It's sacked by Adam Archuleta. Warner tries to call another play instead of spiking the ball. Tick, 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 tick. He's calling a play. There's 10 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. They hike it. But there's a flag and a false start. So a 10-second runoff. 7 seconds left. Game over. Awful. And so the Rams come out of Arizona with a 17-12 win. The Arizona Cards start 0-2. The Rams win for the first time. Warner against his ex-team, 29-42 for 327. But the miscommunication, the bad decision at the end. And so the Rams get out of the desert with a win. Emotional time, certainly in Green Bay, and Sarah White, the wife of the late Reggie White, asked that this be a celebration this weekend of the great Reggie White, and so it was, as the Packers retired Reggie's number 92 before their home opener against the Cleveland Browns. And here we go with action from Lambeau, and there's so many folks wearing number 92, Reggie's family, Brett Favre, just an emotional time. Reggie's daughter singing the national anthem before the game. And then the hugs, all right, a wonderful job. And the tiring of the number at halftime. Meanwhile, in the game, Favre, 42-yard touchdown pass to Donald Driver. So you figured this would be the Packs' day against the Cleveland Browns. 7-0, the Pack. But Cleveland has taken a 10-7 lead. History. It's a little swing pass to Amon Green. It's not the kind you thought of, Tom, but Brett Favre joins only Dan Marino and John Elway with those that have thrown for 50,000 yards in their career. The ball put away, appreciation shown. Back to the game late third. The Browns lead 13-7. Gary Baxter rustles up a big play in the end zone in front of Robert Ferguson. Second pick by the Browns. Moments later, number 1 draft pick Cleveland, Braylon Edwards. Here's why. Trent Dilfer hits him. Could go all the way. The backbreaker. 80 yards. Look at Edwards pull away.
Yeah, Braylon Edwards is going to be a good one. We knew it coming out of college, and we know it now.
19-10 now. Fruit Gum Company. Favre to Robert Ferguson. 19-yard touchdown. Could this be another comeback? Well, he tries to fire up the defense. Do they have another shot? The 2-minute warning. It's 19-17, but Dilfer, the swing to Steve Hyden, who skates his way to a gold medal winning 62-yard touchdown. His second of the game. And it's just amazing. 40 years after Jim Brown plays his last year at this stadium, his last game, and the Packers beat the Browns in the 65 championship game. There's all sorts of history dripping. They retire Reggie's number, Brett to 50,000. But congrats to Romeo Crennel for his first win as a head coach.
Absolutely. You only coach 2 weeks, you've got your first win.
So all the new coaches have a win.
That's right.
All the 3 new coaches have a win. 2 coaches who want to win, need to win, because the lose will be 0-2 between Marty Schottenheimer and Mike Shanahan. LaDainian Tomlinson sitting on a little history. Denver sitting on a touchdown, but Mike Anderson fumbles at the 1, and the Chargers have fallen on the ball. Denver having trouble running early out of the gate stop.
Yeah, see how disappointed Mike Anderson was on the bench there?
3rd and 4. Oh, do you know that he's back? Yes, Antonio Gates, the tight end, the team imposed 1-game suspension. He's back and Drew Brees finds him and sets up 3rd and 1 Chargers. And this is history. LaDainian Tomlinson, 14 straight games with at least 1 rushing touchdown, breaking the NFL mark that he had tied with John Riggins and George Rogers. But this one's the other way. The winner is still Champ Bailey touchdown.
Yeah, you talk about knowing a play is coming. He jumps a little route there, goes in for an easy score.
Now watch this. Chargers lead 14-10, and Durant Williams feeds the punt, and he could go all the way. But the problem is about 3 or 4 Broncos come onto the field when he's about the 20, and it's premature celebration. Too many men on the field. Are you kidding me, Tom?
And you just don't expect that from a Mike Shanahan coach football team. They've been in the end zone a few times, Boom.
And so the touchdown taken away. Broncos keep the ball, but my goodness, they had the lead in this game. Jake Plummer to Mike Anderson, though. And Anderson all the way down to the 3-yard line running hard. Next play, under 9 minutes to go, Kyle Johnson in the end zone. And the Broncos now do lead 17-14. 4th and 1. Jason Elam. Been some kicking problems in this game. Both teams. Elam warming up at 4th and 1. The Broncos go for it. Ron Dane was big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Mike Shanahan, we know he has a knack with running backs. Get him going downhill. He's had some good times in Denver.
And now Jason Elam, good. From 41 yards, it's good. And so the Broncos beat the Chargers. A bizarre 4th quarter, 20-17. The AFC West defending champ San Diego Chargers begin 0-2. And oh man, 5-31-1 in Denver since 1969 for San Diego. Poor Marty, 3-14 in Denver. 0-4 as the San Diego coach. It's been a house of horrors, no snow, and a big comeback Denver.
Yeah, Jake Plummer, pretty good day, but you know that Coach Shanahan is going to want to run the ball better than he did today and better than he did last week.
But the Broncos avoid the 0-2 start, which the Chargers get out. The Broncos have the Chiefs next week. When we return, Philadelphia Eagles, Donovan McNabb and T.O. getting set to fly high against the Niners. What a day for both. We'll hear from Donovan. And the Jets trying to make amends against the Dolphins, or would Nick go 2-0?
You are watching NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
The first place Niners and the last place Eagles. How long will that last? Terrell Owens has not played against San Francisco before. Donovan McNabb questioned would he play at all. Bruce Sternum missed practice midweek, but he didn't miss anything today. Look at him evade the 49ers, and right away to Terrell Owens. And T.O. goes 68 yards for a touchdown, and in the right opening drive, 7-0 feeling. Eagles. Eagles. Then later, McNabb. They can spell everywhere, Tom. To Owens, and he gets popped by Mike Rump.
Yeah, and the thing you love about T.O., he not only runs the routes outside, he will run them anywhere on the football field. Doesn't mind taking a hit to grab a ball for his quarterback.
Tim Rattay, Niners played well last week. Brandon Lloyd makes a nice one-handed catch, but can't get the first down. Look at this. Hello. But that would be about the Niner highlight of the day because the Eagles lead 14-0 until early second quarter. McNabb to T.O., and he's gone. 21 yards, 5 catches, 143 yards in the first quarter and a half, 2 TDs. Then Rattay, back to pass, Lito. Jeez, I can sing better than that. One more for the road. Sorry, Lito. I'll hit the tone the next time. Lito Shepard down to the 2. Brian Westbrook to swing for McNabb. Touchdown. However, David Akers from hurts pulls the hamstring, and linebacker Mark Simino is on to attempt the extra point, and he does it soccer style.
He got it good. He got it through.
Soccer style. And so the first defensive player to kick an extra point, Phillies and Ted Thompson. On the kickoff, tight end and long snapper Mike Bartram is going to kick it off. And not only does he kick it off, he's going to be involved on the tackle. Harbaugh's heroes at it again. Alex Smith, the number 1 pick. It's the fourth quarter. It's 42-3. Come on in, and guess who hits him? Simino. Welcome to the NFL. And wait a minute now. Now look, McNabb, Terrell Owens. Wait. Now wait. What? Smile. Talk.
That's a good sight.
Yep,
that's a good sight. That's all. It's a good sight.
42-3. Philadelphia shakes, rattles, and rolls the Niners. His 5 touchdown passes ties a career best. And you think about it, almost 600 yards of total offense. Donovan almost didn't play. Not really.
I feel pretty good. The body's kind of reacting a little differently. But it's something I guess I have to get used to week in and week out. But I'm just going to keep on fighting no matter how the body feels. Just want to make sure I'm prepared, make sure that the team is ready. And we can come out here and play games like this.
Now Donovan McNabb with Ron Jaworski after the game. And now Herm and the Jets at home against the Miami Dolphins. Run the ball, stop the run, protect the ball, take the ball away, solid special, no foolish fouls. Lot to think of. Chad Pennington to Lavernius Coles. Think about this. Opening drive, touchdown. And although he almost fumbled the first snap, the Jets lead 7-0. Then Gus Frerotte down the middle to Randy McMichael, and a 10-0 Jet lead late third is now in peril as Frerotte to McMichael. Now the same drive in the fourth quarter. Nice play. 10-7. Nick Saban's club playing tough. Look at this effort. Wow. Next drive for the Jets at 2nd and 20. But Pennington inside his own 10. Justin McCarron, 13 yards. Delay a game, now makes it 3rd and 12. Pennington to McCarron's 20 yards to the first down.
And as you watch these throws, these are good throws. They've got enough velocity on them. The ball is getting there in plenty of time. I mean, it's good to see for Chad Pennington that his arm looks like it is in pretty good shape.
Tight end, that's Chris Baker, had a big opening day in the loss of the Chiefs. That's Wayne Cravett, 12 yards first down. Next play, Pennington to Coles. He will stiff arm right there. And a late hit on Channing Crowder. And the Jets down to the 11 after the penalty. Pennington to Coles, it's down to the 1. So you consume time. And a 3-point game to that Gerald Soul. That's the soul man. And the Jets feeling a little more soulful. It wasn't great. They didn't blow out the Dolphins, a team who they usually crush, just in ones and losses. But the Jets beat the Dolphins 17-7, so each of the teams is 1-1. Pennington and the Jets, they fumbled it 3 times, but they didn't lose any of them. Now, we go to the Pacific Northwest where Atlanta won the big Monday night game. Now they had to fly all the way to Seattle. Sean Alexander, Seahawks home opener. Boy, did they look good in the first half, Tom. Already 7-0 Alexander. Marching band. 14-yard touchdown. He ran for 144 today. Under a minute to go in the half. Matt Hasselbeck. Time. Tight end Jeremy Stevens is open. And it's 21-0 Seattle at the half. But, as only Seattle can do, they allow their opponents back in the game. 21-10. Hasselbeck to Bobby Ingram, and he fumbles. Who's going to be at first down? Jason Webster strips. Christian Morton on it. Falcons, 7 minutes to go. I mean, Seattle's going to put it away. But no, Michael Vick, play action. I'll show you action. How about this? 32 yards, but he grabs the left hammy here. He has to come out of the game. Matt Stump the Schaub had to come in. And on first and goal, Schaub keeps the drive alive. Remember, he played well on this field last year. T.J. Duckett, touchdown, 2-point conversion pass, good. And it's 21-18. So 18 points now for Seattle second half. 3 and out, Seahawks. Vick back in. 3rd and 13. Vick scrambling. What? Falls. Leaves again. Now 4th and 14. Schaub in. He's looking for Rowdy Roddy White. But it's knocked out by the Seahawks, and Seattle holds on. They in Atlanta even their mark at 1-1. Vick, 11 of 19, 123 passing. We told you that Alexander ran for 144.
Yeah, great job by Alexander, and what a big win for Seattle, because as you said, this is the exact kind of game that we have seen them give back, so finally they win one for Coach Holmgren.
And if you're 1-1 in the NFC West,
then you are where?
As you're 1-1 in the NFC North, you can certainly win the division, just as the San Diego Padres are 1-1 in the 500 in the NL West. Anything is possible. We'll be back on NFL Primetime with game balls. Lots of candidates. We'll review, dissect, and dole them out.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Great tasting, less filling. Miller, good call. And in part by Under Armour Performance Apparel. The advantage is undeniable. And UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Boomer, my game ball goes to Carson Palmer, and you go all the way back to last year. He's picked up right where he left off. Today, typical day for him, 27 of 40, 337 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 37-8 win, and the Bengals are 2-0.
Very impressive. And how about Donovan McNabb? Ties a career-high 5 TD passes after we saw him take that wallop on Monday night. Today, the Eagles and McNabb and T.O. and company were off and running in a 39-point win over the San Francisco 49ers. Again, certainly NFL Hurricane Relief Weekend upon us. You see the numbers. You see the where to log on. We're going to have a big, unprecedented night on ABC and ESPN tomorrow night, Monday night. A lot of Hall of Famers involved, the commissioner as well. So help out. For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime.